Good evening and welcome to the second launch of the Peoria Role Model Project. I'm super excited to see everyone here today. My name is Rita Ali and I'm the proud mayor of Peoria. Thank you. Everyone looks magnificent. I thank you for being here, and we're going to jump right into our program for the night. So this is the agenda for today's program. You should have a copy also at your seats. I'm going to describe the purpose that brings us together tonight and moving forward. We will hear from the project sponsor, which is the funding entity for the Peoria Role Model Project. And then we'll have introductions from our amazing role models, the second round of 2 cohorts. You have a handout that on the inside lists the names of all the role models in this cohort, and then on the back it lists all the role models in the first cohort, and together they round out our participants of 100 Peoria role models. Next, we will hear 2 more in-depth role model stories or narratives. Some of our first program participants for the program, the students, are students that participated in the Mayor's Summer Youth Program. They were 14 and 15-year-olds when they started last summer. Some of them are 15 and 16 now. Since then, we have signed up another 40 participants, so we have a total right now of 50 students that are in the Role Model Project, and we're looking right after the Peoria Public Schools fall break to actively recruit 100 more. Our plan is 100 role models, 150 youth, ages middle school to high school. Then I'll discuss the upcoming events and our next steps, and we'll end with a networking session and get back to some good food. I hope the food is good. Sound okay? Again, welcome to the Peoria Role Model Project. It's an undertaking of the Peoria Mayor's Office in partnership with community leaders and funded by PNC Bank. I would ask at this time that all of our role models come forth to the seats in the front, and that the men sit on this side and the women sit on this side. Please applaud as they come forth. Got enough chairs? Musical chairs over there. Everyone looks magnificent. Thank you. The purpose of this project is to recognize and highlight positive Black role models that currently reside in Peoria. There are many, far more than we will actually feature in the Peoria Role Model Project. We want the entire city, the schools, the community organizations, and especially the youth and their families to know who they are, who you are. We want to lift you up as great examples and models of distinction and express how valuable you are to our community. This project will feature role model profiles and their photographs on the city's website and other notable locations throughout the city. And we will learn more about their personal and professional stories in a variety of ways. Throughout the project, we will expose these great people to Peoria's Black youth who are in middle and high school. We will make connections between the youth and the role models. The project will open doors for access and opportunities and find avenues to support and guide our youth participants. The challenging reality is that we have distressed neighborhoods in Peoria. Neighborhoods with pockets of high crime, high unemployment, inadequate housing, and while we are working to transform these conditions, they persist. And it is there that we find many youth that are involved in crime, stealing cars, carrying weapons and using guns, engaging in fights and making poor life choices. Some of their decisions have resulted in youth loss of life. We've seen some recent examples of that. Most of these incidents, greater than 95%, involve Black young men and Black young women. Although it's not the single answer to this complex problem, we know that these youth require more exposure and access to positive Black role models and influences. I grew up on Peoria's South Side in a neighborhood that looked just like this. It was a working class neighborhood, and about 33,000 people lived on Peoria's South Side. The neighbors looked out for one another, and there were retail outlets, pharmacies, and grocery stores. That's not the case today, as less than 14,000 people reside on Peoria's South Side. With several exceptions, neighbors are not as close-knit. There is insufficient affordable housing, no grocery stores or pharmacies, and pockets of very high crime. Today's residents on Peoria's South Side have more obstacles than what I experienced growing up on the south side of Peoria. The same is true for the East Bluff. We are working to change these conditions with some progress, right, Chief? Yet in the meantime, the conditions persist. I attended my neighborhood elementary school, Lee Grade School, demolished many years ago. Oh, you're wondering which one I am? Top row, that third little smiling face. I had excellent teachers that invested in my early education. They were all white women, all of them. And I adored each and every one of them. But it was in 7th grade at Roosevelt, then it was Roosevelt Junior High, now Elise Ford Allen, that I had my first Black teacher. Her name was Diane Newsom. Mrs. Newsom looked like me. I identified with her. She helped me to learn more about my cultural heritage. And that's when the magic happened. That's when I came to believe, to truly believe, that I could be a teacher also. She inspired me, and she was accessible to me. The power of identification and role modeling became somewhat of an obsession for me. I realized the importance of seeing someone who looks like you in a particular role and the impact that it could have on one's thinking and one's future. So I published a book in 2008 with the help of my then employer, Illinois Central College. It was titled Role Models, Profiles of Successful African American Professionals in Peoria, Illinois. And it featured 126 Black role models in over 80 occupations. We wrapped a lot of programming around it for about 5 years. And it was a great and fun project, and it did a lot of good for a lot of young people. Well, about 1 year ago, the opportunity to create a Peoria Role Model Initiative was resurrected once again when I was approached by PNC Bank President Brian Ray. Brian wanted to see a project that would help young people living in distressed areas of the city. He asked me for a list of possible projects, so I shared a list of 3. Brian said, "I like that one, the Role Model Project." I said, "So do I." And so that's the project that he recommended I submit an application to the PNC Foundation, and they approved a grant to fund this initiative. Thank you, Brian Ray. Working with Brian and PNC Vice President Jenna Weisner has been a great blessing, and I'm very pleased to have their amazing support for this initiative. A few months ago, well, several months ago now, we hired a project coordinator, Jaden Turner. And Jaden, he worked on the project very excitedly, helping to secure role model questionnaires, prepare for the initial website layout and other tasks. Then he was offered a great new full-time job as a project manager at Caterpillar. So it was bittersweet that Jaden had to leave us as far as coordinating the program, but we decided we're going to keep Jaden and make him one of our role models. So we continued to advertise for the position to coordinate the program, and we're in the process of interviewing this week and next week for applicants that we have for the Peoria Role Model Project Coordinator. And so we hope to have someone selected by the end of this month. The project calls for 100 Black role models. I select them because they are successful people. They are people of integrity. They are people of good character and strong will. People who care about others, leaders in their own right, people whose stories are powerful and inspiring, those who deserve to be recognized, and those who can have a positive influence on our youth. We look to have, again, 150 participants who are in middle or high school who are most likely to benefit from Black role models, exposure, and access. I anticipate thousands of connections from these interactions. The website with the role model profiles of the first 50 cohort was published this past week on Monday. We contracted with one of the best writers in the business, Ms. Pam Adams, to use her expertise to finalize the writing of the profiles. Pam Adams, where you at? Stand up, my dear. We ask that everyone in this second cohort submit your questionnaires if you haven't done so already, and we will get them to Pam and hope to be able to publish the additional 50 for a total of 100 before Thanksgiving. Every month moving forward, project events will be held in schools, community spaces, businesses, and other venues now through the end of the school year and possibly next summer. There will be networking opportunities, some job shadowing, a few one-to-one mentoring opportunities, and access and engagement activities for youth and the role model participants. John Morris, who is the CEO of the Peoria Riverfront Museum, is working to get memberships to the museum for all the role models so they can have access to the museum to be able to give students access to them and those facilities. This is a screenshot of what the website looks like. Students, families, teachers, counselors, and anyone who wants can go online to the mayor's web pages and view the role model profiles, pictures and profiles, 54 men and 46 women. 46 amazing women and 54 amazing men will support 150 amazing young people. When you click on a person's name, it will bring up a larger version of their photo and their profile, which shares both career and personal information. For our youth, the desired outcomes will be inspiration and guidance, access to successful role models, current and future opportunities, and feelings of support and connectedness. Desired outcomes for the adult role models: recognition and exposure, community awareness and appreciation, investment in youth and collaboration, and new connections, and hopefully new friendships. There's always mutual benefit in projects like this. Desired outcomes for the role models, desired outcomes for our youth. And lastly, I just want to say thank you to each of our role models. Thank you because 100 said yes. That's commitment. Our first major event, the Black Violin Concert at the Peoria Civic Center on October 20th. Many of the role models have volunteered to accompany two of the youth to the event at the Civic Center. These are youth at Peoria Public Schools who we have permission slips signed by their parents. We thank Peoria Public Schools for their partnership in this initiative. Dr. Karat, where you at? Stand up. Leader. Thank you. We also thank the Peoria Civic Center for providing us with the tickets. Actually, they gave us 500 tickets for this amazing event. Don, a little volume there. Black violin. It's going to be so much fun and an experience the youth will never forget. It is now my pleasure to introduce our sponsor representative, the president of Central Illinois PNC Bank, and the person who actually made this happen, Mr. Brian Ray.
Well, you know she's lying when she said I made this happen, because she made it happen, right? Let's give it to Mayor Ali. We all know that truth. I'm going to try to keep this short because I was so happy when I was here just a couple months ago for the rollout of the first 50, and I'm really excited to hear from all of you. It really just brings a huge smile to my face being here tonight, being with you, seeing all the people who have stepped up to be part of this. As Mayor Ali told you, when we started collaborating on this just over a year ago, and she told me that she was going to get 100 role models set up, I said, do you want to scale that number back a little bit? She's like, nope, I'm telling you, I'm going to get 100, and here you are. So I really thank you for what you're doing, because I can see a different Peoria than what I see today. Which is not to say that I see a bad Peoria. So I moved here about 6.5 years ago, and Mayor Ali's heard me say this, people from the bank have heard me say this, I know Dr. Karat's heard me say this a number of times. This is home, period. And what I see here is such potential. There's so much that's already good that is going on here. And like every city, we've got some improvement to do, right? As I told Andre tonight, he asked me how things are going. I said, well, I got a lot of challenges right now, but that means I got a lot of opportunities, right? That's how we got to look at it. And what I see a year from now, when you guys have been unleashed into the community, giving what you've got, giving what you've learned, paying it forward, paying it back into our neighborhoods, I see a really beautiful Peoria. That doesn't happen without you guys, right? I may have been fortunate enough, I am fortunate enough to work for a company that believes in reinvesting in the community. That's all I've done here, right? Mayor Ali wrote the book, literally, she wrote the book on this, right? She's got the contacts, she knows the people, she knew you, she asked, you said yes. This doesn't happen without you guys. You've heard it said a lot of times that it takes a village, right? I've seen that in my own life. I know it to be true because the parent's not always there, the teacher's not always there, the coach isn't always there, the neighbor's not always there, but sometime somebody is there. Right? And the one thing that we know that's going on right now in this city, as Mayor Ali alluded to, is there are some people out there who need people. And it might just be that simple. I know there's a lot of complications. I'm not trying to oversimplify it, but I do know that when somebody positive steps into one of those lives, it makes a difference. It made a difference in my life. It made a difference in Mayor Ali's life. And it's made a difference in a lot of lives of a lot of people that I know. And so I just want to thank you for being that, for being the village. Because it's going to take all of you and all of the first 50 and many more to come to be able to step into that position, to step into that willingness, to step into the transparency, because you're not perfect, right? Thank God social media wasn't around when I was a kid. No, I'm serious about that. I literally thank God for that every day, right? I mean, we all had missteps. We still have missteps, right? There is no one perfect among us. There are kids who are making some pretty serious missteps right now. But I think that we can head some of that off at the pass with you. So I just thank you for being here. I thank you in advance for what you're going to be doing over the next year. I thank you for your time, for your talent, because that's something you can't get back, right? The one thing that we can't buy more of is time. And yet you're here giving it away. And I just want to thank you for that. I look forward to hearing from each of you tonight, and I am extremely grateful to you for your willingness, and I can't wait to see where this goes. Thank you.
Now we have the best part of our program, and that's meeting our role models. role model introductions. We are asking each role model to come forth. We'll have the ladies come first, and then we'll have the men come. And tell us your name, your occupation, your employer or your occupations in some cases, or employers in some cases, and give us one inspirational quote. Might be your own personal quote, might be a quote that inspires you, that is someone else's quote. Ladies, can you come forth, please? Give them a hand as they come.
Good evening. I'm Michelle Hassan. I am the Assistant Superintendent to Dr. Karat and the Executive Director of High Schools for Peoria Public Schools. I'm also the National Membership Chair for Black Women in Educational Leadership. And I firmly believe in the African proverb, if you want to go fast, you go alone. And if you want to go far, you go together. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I am really glad to be here. Thank you, Mayor Ali, and thank you, Brian Ray, for this evening. My name is Yalisha Allen. I now work for the University of Illinois at Chicago, Peoria location as the office administrator. I'm really glad that she asked about us saying a quote tonight, because something I've always lived by is, if you stand for nothing, you will fall. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything.
Thank you. There's one thing I forgot to say, okay? After each one, we'll only do one clap. Let's practice. Okay, thank you.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Ali, for the selection. Thank you, PNC, for the sponsorship. My name is Janice Parker. I am the Community Outreach Manager for Workforce at Illinois Central College. Additionally, I am the proud owner of JP Credit Education and Consulting. My quote, I have several, but it depends on where I am in my journey in my life. And today it's, success isn't about how much money you make, it's about what you do and make the difference in people's lives. So, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Madam Mayor, for this opportunity and PNC for this sponsorship. My name is Zakia Floyd. I am the site coordinator for Peoria Public Schools for the Ready, Set, Go program. I am servicing Annie Jo Gordon, formerly known as Harrison. I'm also a proud owner and private chef of The Mothering Skillet. I provide private chef work for Central Illinois area. I'm also a proud mother. Shout out to my son, Carter Miles, who accommodated me today. My quote that I live by every day is, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And that is the scripture of Hebrews 11:1.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Brett Brooks. I work at WEEK 25 News as a multimedia journalist, and I am also the state pageant director for the Miss Illinois Earth beauty pageant competition. And I guess I can break the news here that we're also having a Miss Peoria beauty pageant happening here in Peoria in 2024, which I will help direct as well. And so a quote that I live by, which I think is fitting for me and my role as the beauty pageant director, but also for the women here, is from the Bible. When I go back to church, but when Esther was battling this whole kingdom and she had to make sure that her kingdom was protected against the people who she was battling, her uncle Malachi came up to her and said, "Who's to say you wasn't made queen for such a time as this?" And so I want that to be dedicated to all the women who are role models here, to say, like, why do you not think that you were not made queen for such a time as this, that you guys are needed in society? And thank you, Mayor Ali, for this opportunity. Thank you, guys.
Good evening. Thank you. I didn't want to forget that part because I'm nervous and humbled to be here. My name is Constance Jackson. I am the athletic director at Manual High School. That's my pay. For the last 15 or 20 years, you might have caught me as a JFL coach, a track coach, maybe spitting poetry, or teaching your child in Sunday school. With that being said, I like Muhammad Ali saying, don't count your days, make your days count. But as the track coach and myself, if you see an obstacle, get under it, get over it, get around it. Whatever you do, don't stop.
All right.
I'd also like to thank you for this opportunity. My name's Tanya Rickman. I work for the City of Peoria as a Human Resources Coordinator. I've been there approximately 25 years. I found a quote that really inspires me and has inspired me, and it's from Nelson Mandela, and he says, I never lose. I either win or I learn. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Ali. Thank you to PNC. My name is Kimberly McGee, and I am the Health Information Manager at Unity Point Health. Not Carl, but Unity Point. I still work there. And my quote, my first quote actually was quoted. So my quote will be, instead of letting your hardships and failures discourage or exhaust you, let them inspire you. Let them make you even hungrier to succeed. And that is by Michelle Obama. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say thank you. I am so honored to be a part of this project. And if you guys don't know me, I am Justice Johnson, and I am the owner of Boss Hair and Makeup, LLC. And I work at Justice's House of Coiffure, where I also happen to be the owner of that as well. And something that I firmly believe in is that taking care of yourself is way more than just a luxury. It's more like the foundation for a disciplined life, where integrity thrives and your health becomes our truest wealth. That more so because lately I've been on a super intense fitness journey, and I'm just in a super big transition right now. So, but that's it. Thank you. One clap, that's crazy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Karita Bright. I just want to say thank you, Dr. Ali, or sorry, Mayor Ali, formerly Dr. Ali. And thank you, Mr. Ray and PNC for this opportunity. I am currently in operational leadership at ComPsych Corporation. It's a third-party administrator for employee benefits. Previously worked in higher ed, so that's why I called her Dr. Ali, under her great leadership. Just worked with a lot of youth in the community. My quote is from Maya Angelou. I find her to be an inspiration, just a lot of similarities in our lives. People may forget what you said, people may forget what you did, but they will never forget the way you made them feel. Thank you.
Mayor Ali just told me not to thank her, but thank you. My name is Halima Nalla. I am the Director of Communication and Community Engagement for Peoria Public Schools. And my quote is from Shirley Chisholm, who was the first Black woman to run for president. And she was a trailblazer, much like the women that I stand with, and also Mayor Ali. And she said that service is the rent you pay for the privilege of living on this earth. Thank you.
Good Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Letitia Clemens, and I'm the principal at Glen Oak Community Learning Center for Peoria Public Schools. And I would like to thank you because it is an honor to be here. I don't want to mess my quote up, as simple as it may be, but it is my favorite and only president from Barack Obama. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or time. We are the ones that we've been waiting for change that we see. So it is very important, and I think this is a great opportunity to make change in the community.
Good evening. My name is Donna Crowder. Thank you, Mayor Ali. I currently hold a position as the Director of Activities at the Carver Community Center, as well as several part-time positions throughout the community assisting with youth. My quote for this evening is personal because I see someone that was a huge part of my past. So it would have to be, never judge a person by their past because their future may shock you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Donna Jameson, and I work for the City of Peoria. I am the proud administrative assistant to Mayor Ali and City Council. And my quote is, "With man it is impossible, with God all things are possible." Thank you.
Okay, I have no voice, so give me grace. Oh, goodness. What a day. All right. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Mayor. She had me change my flight so I could get here on time today, and I am so happy for that. I am so very, very proud to be asked to be a role model. My name is Kimberly Richardson. I'm the Assistant City Manager for the City of Peoria. This is my adopted home now. I've been here for 2 years, so thank you all for being so kind and welcoming me here. I've lost my voice, but I have a voice. My quote is, there's power in allowing yourself to be known and heard, and owning your unique story, and using your authentic voice. In my profession, it's not always looked upon as a positive, but it's so important to have that. And this quote is from Michelle Obama, who is my role model. So I just wanted to share that. And by the way, I am in the process of forming a chapter called the National Forum for Black Public Administrators for Illinois here, so that we have a space for administrators of color to be able to collaborate. So look for that soon. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank everyone that was a part of this, making this happen, bringing everyone together. My name is Latrina Leary. I am the Peoria Township Supervisor. I get in trouble a lot when I say that because people say I need to put some respect on my name. So with that being said, I am the first woman and the first person of color, first Black woman, Peoria Township Supervisor. My quote for this evening is kind of echoes pretty much what everyone else has been saying this evening. And it was actually one of the first quotes on my first day in office. I still have it on a Post-it note right next to my desk. And when I get discouraged, it's the first thing I look into, and then it channels me back to, getting back motivated. And the quote is, when you stop seeing things as obstacles, you start seeing them as opportunities. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you. My name is Riley Greenwood. I'm the owner and operator of Riley's Vegan Sweets and Eats here in Peoria. And my positive quote is from Lisa Nichols. You can't take an elevator to the top. There ain't nothing but stairs.
Good evening. My name is Yolanda Riley. I am a solo practitioner and attorney here in the Central Illinois area. I've been on my own since 2021. I also partner with Peoria Public Schools and the Wraparound Center to provide free legal services down on the south side of Peoria. My quote for this evening is, "Forgive yourself for what you didn't know before you learned it." Dr. Maya Angelou. I'd like to thank the mayor and PNC as well.
Hello, everyone. I'm Courtney Lang. What you laughing at? I'm Courtney Langhorne Mason. I'll scale back a little bit. I work for Peoria Park District. I own the 9 Bar and Lounge. Got the best chicken and fish. Come check us out. And I'm also co-owner of the first inner city dance studio. Let me give y'all a quote. Oh, you're never too big to lose, by the queen herself, Beyonce.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Kristen Diane Greer. A lot of you know me as CC Chocolate Drop. And I am an educator with Peoria Public Schools. I teach 4th grade, and I'm at Whittier Primary School. The quote that I wanted to talk about was from one of my favorite people, and it's from Kobe Bryant. He talked about in the Mamba mentality, basically, you're on the constant quest to be the best version of yourself. Thanks.
Hello, first I would like to thank Mayor Ali for this opportunity. My name is Pashance Allen Walker. I am the Title IX Civil Rights Equity ADA Coordinator for Illinois Central College. A quote that I have is, "Work is love made visible," by Khalil Gibran. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Mayor Ali and PNC Bank. My name is Armika Crawford. I am the new CEO with Peoria Housing Authority. My inspirational quote is a combination of two, and that's that yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. So therefore, I go into each day with an understanding that in every day, there are 1,440 minutes. That means we all have 1,440 daily opportunities to make a positive impact in every life that we touch, directly and indirectly, and in the communities that we serve. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity, Mayor Ali, and thank you, PNC. My name is Bridget Booker. I'm the owner and founder of Rain Construction. Rain Construction is the only steel erecting company that's owned 100% by a black woman in Illinois. I'm the first and only black woman iron worker in Peoria Local 112. And my quote is, "Life is not worth living if you're not living out your dreams."
Let's give a hand to these amazing women. Woo! Now we're going to hear from the amazing men with one rule. One rule applied to you guys. You can't thank me. You can't thank Brian Ray. You can't thank, we thank you, okay? We're going to save a little time, so you cut that out. Right, Brian? Okay, men?
I like to thank, excuse me. So the men know how to follow instructions. That being said, one woman who did not get to speak, my wife, she was here, she was not feeling well and had to leave, so I want to speak on her behalf, if that's okay. My wife, Dr. Yolanda Wright Lowry, is the owner and CEO of the Smile Center of Peoria, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. So check her out, please. My name is Ryan Lowry. I work for Evonik Corporation as a chemical plant manager for the Mapleton site operation. My quote is, "If you can talk, you can sing. If you can walk, you can dance."
Hello, my name is Cornell Brooks. I'm a fire captain for the Peoria Fire Department. My inspirational quote is, "Success is not measured so much by the position one has reached in life, but by the obstacles they have overcome while trying to succeed." Booker T. Washington.
Good evening. I'm honored to be chosen by God in this community. My name is Ernest McCall, Captain of Peoria Police Department, and my quote is, "I knew that I lived in a country in which the aspirations of black people were limited, marked off, yet I felt that I had to go somewhere and do something to redeem my being alive." Richard Wright.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Detrell Davis. I'm a cybersecurity specialist at Caterpillar. And my quote is, "You do not base your life on others' expectations." Stevie Wonder. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lacolis Ashby. I work at Caterpillar, part of the Process Observation and Improvement team. And I also just recently started my own business, Whiplash Photos and Designs. My quote is, "Sometimes later never comes, do it now."
Good evening, everyone. I won't be before you long. I'm just joking. My name is Lamar Anderson. I'm an academic advisor with Illinois Central College, as well as a DJ. My quote is, "He ain't heavy, he's my brother."
All right, hello everyone. My name is Durante Matthews. I'm a news reporter and anchor for WMBD Channel 31 News. And my quote comes from my aunt, who was a big inspiration to me. She's a Chicago Public Schools teacher. And she used to say to me that the interesting thing about an obstacle or a roadblock is there's always a way over it and always a way around it. The pathway to success is not always clear as crystal. Sometimes it's etched in shadows. But resilience leads you over that roadblock, and determination lights that pathway for you.
What's up, Peoria? Good evening. How we doing? Good. My name is Joshua Gunn. I am the president and CEO at the Peoria Area Chamber of Commerce. I also run a small diversity, equity, and inclusion consultancy with my wife called Baldwin Rose Consulting. I'm an actor, an artist, film producer, lots of things. I got kids, so I gotta feed them. My quote is a little bit long, but the context is important, so bear with me. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make and manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I won't thank Mayor Ali and Brian Ray at PNC, but I will thank my mentors that are in the room, because a lot of my mentors are in this space, and this moment is very surreal. So my name is Alex Sierra. Similar to pretty much everyone in this room, I wear a few hats. I am our Director of Resident Services and Community Initiatives at the Peoria Housing Authority. I'm also a trustee at the Peoria Park District, and I also consult for political hopefuls and small businesses. So thank you for the opportunity. And my quote, it's two. One, hold yourself to a higher standard. And two, Rome wasn't built in a day. Thank you.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Sean McGinnis. I'm the principal as of a month ago at Peoria High School. So I didn't bring a quote, but I did bring an equation to everybody, and that's E plus R equals O. We teach that to our kids to basically calm them down. So it stands for events plus response equals outcome. You don't always control the events in your life, you don't always control the outcome, but you do control how you respond. Thank you.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here. My name is Kadar Hefner. I am the Supervisor of Business Services for the Peoria Park District. I also serve as the Treasurer to the Board of Commissioners for the Peoria Housing Authority and also as the Treasurer for the Peoria PAC, a political action committee here locally. My quote is from Dr. King: "The time is always right to do what is right." Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ryan Reed. I am a professional sculptor and painter, and I am the owner and founder of R. Rashad Studios, located right here in Peoria, Illinois. Honored to be chosen, honored to be amongst all of you. And my quote is simple: preparation over procrastination. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Cameron Wilson. I work at OSF Healthcare as a performance improvement specialist at the ministry level. I didn't really have an inspirational quote, I guess, but something I always share with a lot of people is the first one is success is self-defined. That'd be the first thing that I would say. And then the second part, I forgot. So I guess that's all that I have. Sorry.
Hello, I am Devin Brown. I am an accountant for the city of Peoria. I get to work with this cool lady under her, on the first floor. She's on the second floor. But I also, yeah, I see her sometimes. I also am a seasonal tax accountant sometimes. You know, if you have your tax questions, you know, hit me up. Recently, I just started singing around the community, so you've probably seen me somewhere humming. So yeah, that's me. My quote is, since these are professionals, I remember back in college how I had to sacrifice a lot to get my degrees. I came up with this by myself: the sacrifices of today are endured for a greater tomorrow. And I can't leave here without saying something about my Lord. Quoting him, it says, "Let your light so shine before men so they may see the good works and glorify him in heaven."
Good evening, my name is Daryl Jackson. I'm the assistant principal at Manual High School. When I'm not doing that, I'm running on the basketball court, volleyball court, refereeing those games. I also umpire baseball and softball, so I'm around kids pretty much all day. But with that said, I enjoy it all. And my quote is, every interaction counts.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Chris Williams. I'm the site coordinator for the Ready, Set, Go program down at Lease 4 Allen Academy. The quote I chose today is, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail," by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ruben Cummings. I am a security and data analyst. I am the founder and president of Neriva Group. I am also a IT instructor at ICC, teaching the Security Plus class for the IT Workforce Accelerator. My quote is from Nelson Mandela, and it says, "It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another." Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is David Day, and I currently serve as an adjunct professor of communication and an assistant speech coach at Bradley University. I also have the privilege of serving on the ministerial staff at Restoration Life Church. And the one thing that life has taught me in the very short time that I've lived it is that you can do more than you think you can, and that your potential is just like a vast ocean waiting for you to explore new depths and for you to seek out that hidden treasure within. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andy Hendricks. I'm a program manager at Caterpillar. And I guess my quote would be from the Bible, Luke 12:48, "To whom much is given, much is required."
How you guys doing? My name is Kendall Creighton. I'm an engineer, project manager on the side. I do real estate investing, work at Givesco Construction, My quote for today is be comfortable or be willing to be uncomfortable, be comfortable being uncomfortable. It may get tough. Forgot the last part. It may get tough, but it's a small price to pay for living a great life. And that's by Peter McWilliams.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Arias Juano, and with that name, you probably guessed that I'm not a Peoria native. But Peoria has been my home for the past 8 years. I am an architectural designer for a local company called Mueller 2, and my wife and I also own a home daycare. And when I'm not doing those two things, I coach soccer and serve as a liquor commissioner as well. The quote that I chose is also by Nelson Mandela. Instead, it always seems impossible until it's done. Thank you.
Aren't those some amazing men? Thank you, thank you. I am truly proud and inspired. Thank you for sharing all those quotes. It's like making me feel so good. So, 2 stories. 2 narratives. We're going to hear from 2 of the role models. They're going to give their personal, professional story or narrative in less than 5 minutes. The first is Miss Riley Greenwood, followed by Mr. Andy Hendricks. Riley?
Hello, everyone. I'm very grateful to be here with all of you. My name is Riley Greenwood. I am the owner and operator of Riley's Vegan Sweets and Eats. My small business is the only vegan bakery here in the city of Peoria. The vision looked much different back in 2017. I opened my business on March 17th, which also happened to be my birthday. At the time, the name of my business was Riley's Cupcake and Coffee Lounge, and it was located across the street from the Peoria County Courthouse. It was a technology-free cupcake shop that offered a variety of sweets and coffee while we enjoyed Motown music together. I wanted to create an environment that was a safe space for introverts like myself. I had 3 wild ideas before we opened. 1, there was going to be no telephone. I posted my specials on social media before I opened for the day and decided to just spend the rest of my time with my customers. 2, sorry, lost my spot. 2, we wouldn't offer internet. This was not a space to work, it was a space to connect. 3, we had chalkboard tables on every table that you could sit at. This allowed kids and adults to tap into their imagination and disconnect from their cell phones. We even had little signs on the table that said, please silence your phone and enjoy cupcakes and conversation. During my countless hours in the bakery, I found myself listening to motivational speakers instead of listening to music or watching movies. I used to joke about the Marie Callender story and how that could be my story one day, how I could have my products sold at a local grocery store. I began writing down my favorite positive quotes from each interview and found myself rereading them often. Business doesn't always go as planned. At the end of 2018, when I was looking to expand my business and close down the cupcake shop, the deal that I was entered into fell through for a bigger location, and I was extremely disappointed. I decided to partner up with my mother at Sweet Cakes by Rachel to share her space to have a location to bring my customers back into. In 2019, I transitioned my business into Riley's Vegan Sweets and Eats. It was the best decision I had ever made. I didn't realize how my years of working at Peoria County Animal Protection Services would come full circle. 2020 was the year that showed every small business owner that if you cannot pivot, you might get left behind. When non-essential businesses were forced to close, we decided to hustle even harder. We became a curbside bakery that offered boxed vegan lunches on Fridays. No matter the weather, we were bringing orders outside to customers' vehicles. 2020 was hard for many reasons. When I lost my brother in June of 2020, my world stopped. I still remember the peach cobbler I baked on that day because I haven't made another one since. It took everything in me to not give up on my business. My customers were extremely supportive, but the world doesn't stop even when you want it to. Orders kept coming in, and it forced me out of my bed even when my grief was at its worst. Being able to alchemize the negative energy and create something that brought joy to someone else, in return, brought me joy. These people have no idea that they helped save my life by giving me a reason to get up. It's tough to wake up early, stick to a schedule, when the only person holding you accountable is you. When I didn't open the bakery back up for regular business hours, the Journal-Star contacted me, and they did the most amazing write-up to help me share my story. They even put me on the front page of the paper to let people know I wasn't ready to give up yet. The beginning of 2021 was filled with rejection. Doing my best to find ways to partner up with different businesses, I was finding that local businesses had no interest in vegan sweets. I'm a firm believer that rejection is redirection. The universe had bigger plans for me. Hy-Vee reached out to me shortly after, and I have been partnered with them ever since. For the first time in my life, my sweets are being sold at a local grocery store. When preparation meets the moment of opportunity, magic happens. Since then, I have been inducted into the Illinois Made program, created by the Illinois Office of Tourism, and my jumbo vegan cinnamon rolls have even been recognized by PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. This past summer, we hosted the first ever Plant-Based Peoria Expo, where we featured local plant-based vegan foods, goods, and services. We had live music and fun activities for kids of all ages. We can't wait to do it again right here at the Civic Center next year. The saying goes, if it plays in Peoria, and I want to thank this city for allowing me to play for the last 6.5 successful years. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It is for those who are motivated to create a better world for themselves and those around them. The words I want to leave you with tonight are, your passion will lead you to your purpose, and your purpose will lead you to your people.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yes? All right. Mayor Ali said we had 5 minutes, so I converted it to 300 seconds, so it sounds like I have a longer time up here. I'm actually not from Peoria originally. I'm from a little small town called Windsor, North Carolina. Maybe 2,000 people. We had one high school for the entire county. So my graduating class, we had almost 400 people. My parents didn't go to, they just had a high school education. I'm the baby of 5 kids, and I was the first person to actually go to college and finish. So we talk about role models and kind of what they mean. I really look to my parents as my key role models to at least get me started, because I never forget seeing my dad sitting at the table many nights, like after dinner, like tired, dirty, had his head down sleeping. I remember seeing my mom come in from one job. She had just enough time to prepare food, and then she was right back out the door to her second job. And I always thought to myself, I'm like, wow, like this can't be a life to live. But they did that to make sure that we, my siblings and I could have a better life. And so I'm in high school, and I'm pretty much in every activity you can think of. So Beta Club, Drama Club, band, football, tennis, you know, Glee Club, you name it. And I think I graduated high school with like a 3.9 GPA. Start getting acceptance letters from college, but there was no money. So I looked at Mom and Dad, I'm like, hey, you guys want me to go to college? But they was like, well, sorry, we'll help you get there, but we don't have any money to help you pay for it. So took out student loans, and so to me, my I guess goal at that time was to actually get through college. First 2 years were good. Then you start hanging around others, or you start getting influenced, maybe like many of our youth around here, and you start seeing other things. You're like, well, hey, I want that because I've been always sacrificing and studying and getting good grades, but you guys are hanging out, you guys are chilling, got all the girls and stuff, the cars, and I'm like, I don't get to do any of that. So I kind of started hanging out with them a little bit, and this was the summer of my junior year, and I'll never forget it. I had these two little obstacles called differential equations and calculus 3. My man here, Ryan, probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. Got to the end of those that semester, and I had an F in both classes. I had a guaranteed internship at Cummins Diesel Company. It was paying about $20 an hour, which that was a lot of money back then for a collegiate student. But I never forget the humbling experience when I had to call the recruiter and say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't come and work for you guys this summer because I got to go back and take some classes. So after going through that, that really started to, I said, it was a bit of a chin check for me. And from that point on, I'm like, I need to make sure that I'm surrounding myself and putting myself in positions and places and with people that will pour into my life. And when I say pour into my life, I mean, what are they providing me? What do they have to offer me? How are they going to uplift me? And then when I get broken down, because in this life, I'm sure everyone in here can attest, you will get broken down. What are they going to do to actually help rebuild you and keep you motivated and keep you going? So to me, I say having that real high intellectual curiosity is kind of what landed me here in Peoria. I've been here in the Peoria area for about 19 and a half years now. I've had a lot of experiences working with my company. I said one of my greatest experiences is when they approached me and asked me would I be willing to move to Japan and work out of our facility there. Again, go back to, I was the baby of my family, and it was about 8 years apart from us, so I really didn't have my siblings to play around with, so to speak, and I worked a lot, and I was really like by myself. And it never really occurred to me why that experience was kind of brought in my life, because I truly feel it was that experience of being able to understand how to survive on your own allowed me to move here 1,100 miles away from my family. It allowed me to move 11,000 miles away from what I consider Peoria was my family, to work in another place and to sit in rooms where people don't look like you, they don't talk like you, they don't act like you, they don't have your same background. Where do you find that role model? Where do you find that motivation to keep you going? So again, I just continued to, just keep my head down, because work, that's all I knew, right? Going back to seeing my parents work, so I'm like, you know what? I'll at least have that work ethic on the inside of me, so I worked. And then a couple promotions later, they wanted to move me back here. And now, like I said, I'm a program manager, and I really give all credit to God, because I know it's not me. I like to think I'm smart, but with all my wisdom, all my power, all my strength that I think I have, I could be nothing without him. And I just leave this with all of us here as we embark on this journey. Being a role model will probably mean different things to all of us, and we'll all probably approach it a little bit different. But I think the one thing that we can align on, and I've already heard it tonight, is that we as role models, we don't have solutions all the time, and we definitely don't have all the right answers, and we're not perfect either. But the one thing that we can continue to do is make sure that we are a lighthouse and we're a beacon of hope for the individuals and the students in the community that we will be interacting with, and making sure that we're aspiring and then giving them something to aspire to. Because though they may seem ordinary now, those ordinary people will grow up to be able to do extraordinary things. Thank you.
I hope you know how powerful your narrative, your story is, and how much it can influence another person or other people. Our stories are what we want to tell to the young people, not just the good, right? None of us are perfect, but also the struggle, because we all have struggle, and they need to hear not just the perfection, not just the success, but also about the failure, and how to find opportunity, how to get up when you get knocked down. They need to hear our stories. So thank you for sharing your stories. Another hand for our two, Andy and Riley, for sharing their stories. We are right on time, and I know because somebody lost their cell phone, and it says it's 6:53. Anybody's cell phone look like this? Missing cell phone. Missing cell phone. Okay. Somebody's got to claim it. We are at the almost close of our night. It's time just to do a little bit of networking. We're going to turn on some smooth jazz and hope that you will introduce yourself to somebody that maybe you don't know, haven't met yet. We are going to be here till 7:30. That's about 40 minutes. You don't have to stay the whole time, but we do hope that you do a little more networking. We do have some chicken wings left and some other, I think a little more food over there, pineapple chicken or something, but thank you so much. Thank you. Great night. You made me very proud.